Ivalice, a kingdom blessed by the light of the gods and ruled by the two-headed lion. A year after her defeat in the 50 Years' War, the king succumbed to malady, leaving a mere boy of 2 to ascend the throne. Whoever became the child's guardian would rule in truth. Duke Larg, brother to Her Majesty the Queen, was widely expected to assume the role. But the council, fearing the Queen would wield excessive influence, moved instead in support of the late king's cousin, Duke Goltana. The Dukes, Goltana and Larg, both were decorated generals who had proven themselves in many a battle during the 50 Years' War. While most of the powerful houses rallied beneath the banner of the Black Lion, Goltana, those nobles and knights who were left to languish in the wake of the war flocked to the banner of the White Lion, Larg.
Call Amazon on the phone and program.
Goltana, the Black, and Larg, the White. The conflict between these men would come to be known as the War of the Lions.
Amazon's got to eventually deliver 20s, right? If Amazon could deliver you $20 bills, I would buy them right now, and they're going to be good. But you can't. And I sort of think that's why we should burn every bill down. Start burning government buildings down until you get one. And they can send me some They sent me the gold. I'll bet you anything that's it's a great journalist that would be great. You know what I mean? With a credit card. Not you know what I mean? Not with gift cards. I mean with my credit card I need some 20s. You know? The credit card company is like, nah, you're good, you're too much, and I'm like, yeah, but I could buy other stuff on Amazon. Why can't I get some 20s? And it's like, I sort of feel philosophically that we should really burn buildings down until it's fixed. That's how I understand it. That's how I Zodiac Grave story. That's what's going to end up happening, I'll bet. And then I'm going to have to leave the house. I think all of this will probably do this the hard way. Back. All of the money that I'm gonna ask a friend to pull out is being water. That's all. Have a reason to be worried, you know. That's my PayPal to my name that I'm gonna send you this 1,000 for. I just need you to pull it out, and then I'll give you $50 to keep. I'll send you 50 extra, and you can keep it. It'll actually cost me like $75 extra. You know what I mean, or whatever. But I'm doing that shit if I can find someone to help me. Just by not running away with all the money, that's how you're gonna help. Doing it and not running away with all the money. To understand though that it doesn't really matter what it's all in my head that anything means anything. People actually
Welcome.
don't have
Make yourself up. Want to earn some gil? Who you sending?
and that's why I should not.
How many days will you allow for this work?
Because there are actually
Anyone
people
you
out
send
there
very well.
Today will
Let's hope you turn a profit.
really in trouble. They're
Anything
not
else?
just-
Come back.
They're not just inconvenienced like me. And it means I'm gonna have to leave the house and go find cash. You know, like it means I might have to take a few trips to the ATM, and I am outraged. I was trying to speaking earlier that I think the most outraged that I am is that I might have to leave the house. I think
Good day to you.
I think, you know, how
You're
it's
interested
been, like 3 days.
An errand's
since
over
I-
and done with.
Yeah,
There's
they
a
stole
report for you too.
$1,000 from
Right
me
then.
on my back.
The task was a success so
Physically.
great,
No,
none
I
of...
wasn't
Twas
looking
over
for
and
2 seconds.
furthermore,
And then
he obtained
got
this rather
drunk
fe-
in
Fine treasure you
celebration,
found there.
I didn't
I commend
notice the next day. And then when I started this live stream, I realized the money was stolen. The reason I'm so outraged is because I actually might have to leave the house and go take cash out of
I'd consider that.
wherever we're gonna. It has to be an ATM. I'm like, wherever we're gonna go, it has
Who'd
to
you have
be
in
an
mind?
ATM.
How many days for this? Anyone you understood?
Fucking ATM.
Anything
machines.
else? Come back soon.
I hate going there and it doesn't work, and the drive back is the worst because you're like, I shouldn't even have tried.
Good day to you.
And now
That's the
and then
spirit.
I'll tell you the story
An
of
errand's
how I
been...
stole
Right then.
Glad tidings. The task was completed with... 'Twas
I
over.
don't know, it
Oh,
might be
I
quick, it
almost
might not
forgot.
be quick.
Fine. I'd consider that. Who you sending?
There's
Will that
no
be
way
all?
we're
Thanks.
not gonna steal everything back. And then we would probably steal more back if we saw it hurt. And yeah, that's that. Like, I don't know what else to say. We're gonna steal it all back. So I don't know why I'm so upset. I was trying to look cool. The reason my mom stole $1,000 from behind me when I wasn't looking is because I don't really need it. Like, I wasn't using it. It was a prop on my show, and so she sort of felt like I don't need it. And it's like, I have to realize that I'm just going to steal it all back. Oh, I was trying to say, I had it on the show to look cool. And really, the set looks cooler now without the clutter. It was cluttered because I was trying to look too cool. And now, I have to admit to myself that I had the money on the table just to look cool. I was trying to just look cool, ultimately. I'm trying to show people that I'm rich, but other than that, it's just simply to try an attempt at looking cooler than I am. And that's what's gone. It's just me trying to look cooler than I am. That's the only thing that I'm missing now that she stole 1,000 cool in 20 bills, $20 bills from the show. You know, like nothing. I can't stress enough that because no one in this household needs money, there's nothing actually gone from my situation. I'd probably look, in fact, cooler, and the experiment to look cool failed. But I can't get over that. It's the reason why she can't get it back to me now that she's sober is because she can't, her physical hand can't physically pass it, the objects to me as her son. Because, like, I don't know, she just can't do it now. Plus, Dad is caught up in this, so I don't know. I'm gonna steal everything back.
Good day to you.
So I should.
You're interested then? Who's going?
I have to understand that it's an illusion. It's like an you know when people are really thirsty in the desert and they see an oasis that's not there? That's what I'm seeing now that she stole $1,000.
How many days will you allow for this work?
From
Anyone you send
Right
on an
before I
errand
went
won't
to
be
bed.
available to fight till they
It was
return.
pretty harsh,
Understood.
without me knowing.
Need
So,
anything? Thank you and...
I have to understand that that's like in my head that it matters. The only reason money matters, the dollar should drop today. How much? It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter that it happened. I'm just gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to leave the house to go take it back. And it's like, maybe I should leave the house and go get money out of the machine. You know, like, maybe that's good for me. You know? Maybe it's good to take a few trips outside and go get money. But, like, it's such a... I hate when the machine doesn't work and then I went there for no reason. Let's see. It has to hit like day of. I have to go nab it. I don't know why it is like it is.
Welcome.
But if
Mike,
I
you're
don't
interested
go
then?
the
An errand's
day
been
my
complete.
credit card
Right
rolls
then.
over,
Tell us
to
how.
go get
Glad
cash out of
tidings.
the ATM,
The task was completed.
all of
guess.
my
I
other
would consider that.
automatic charges start hitting, and I can't get any money out.
Need anything?
like,
Thank
the
you, and
day that my credit cards roll over to zero, I have to go out and pull a bunch of money out of the ATM, like in the morning before anything gets charged automatically through the thing. And it's so lame. It's so, I stay up all night and I'm waiting all night and I'm like, what the fuck, yo? It sucks. They should burn buildings down until it's fixed. Just people in general should just run outside and just start burning government buildings down until whatever is going on is over. It's so lame. As a video gamer who just deals with video game money in the video game, we're so free and it's so easy, and we're free peoples. We're free peoples who act in a way that free peoples act and do. We have agency over our own money. In real life, they're like, yeah, it's your money, but let's wait. Well, hold up a second. You know? Wait a minute. Let's double think about this, because we're not actually gonna dispense it at this time for this reason. And it's like, if you guys don't fucking do this, I'm gonna kill everyone. I've had enough of, yeah, it's your money, but hold up a second. We're gonna come through here with, is it time yet? You know? And you drove all the way here, you know? Some dollars, what I'm trying to get at is that what's proving to be true is that some dollars, some American US dollars are built differently than others and treated differently than others in the banking system. Banking/credit system as a whole. Some dollars are created more or less equal than other literal dollars. And I'm like, this is lame. I want to buy, if you're gonna make it this lame, I'm gonna need to buy 20s on Amazon. If you're gonna make it this lame, I'm just gonna order $20 bills on Amazon. I could buy solid yellow gold on Amazon. Why can't they deliver me a few 20s? I don't even need all of it at the same time. Just let me order a few each month, and they'll come eventually. I'm over it. The ATM, I'm over it. I'm gonna freak out. They better let me buy 20s on Amazon soon, because I'm gonna lose it. That's the solution. It came to me today. I was like, if you could sell gold on Amazon. I'd buy gold on Amazon. You can't sell me a few 20s. It's gotta be because $20 bills aren't backed by money, real money anymore, and they're bullshit. So like, you could sue them for being scammed. It must be that actual 20s aren't real. Something. It's like we never went to the moon. Remember when I was talking about how I was on eBay in high school trying to figure out which moon rocks were real? Like, why can't we find real moon rocks on eBay? And the answer is because Kardashian just said it's because we never actually went to the moon. Is a fact. It proves why we can't find any real moon rocks on eBay. It's the same thing why I can't buy 20s on Amazon. Is because those banknotes are probably illegal on some level. The legit ones. Like, there must be some legal. Ever since we went off the dollar standard, it's gotta be like mercantile-y, which is a fancy way of saying merchant. It's gotta be like mercantile-y illegal to sell a banknote in a shop, in a general store or something. It's gotta be why you can't buy 20s on Amazon. But if I could buy a stack of fucking $20 bills on Amazon right now, it would really help out. Because I've had it with the ATM's trips. You know? They won't let me pull out what I want from the ATM, and I'm like, I'm gonna freak out. Unless they can start selling small amounts of $20 bills on Amazon, that would really help out. It would help out so much. Oh my god, it would start solving problems like crazy right now for me. We could just order all of my $20 bills back on Amazon and sit here, you know? I can't figure out why, other than $20 bills themselves have always been some sort of illegal scam. You know, since they got off the gold standard. It's gotta be that. It's like, I'm trying to explain how I found out we never went to the moon because I was searching on eBay for real moon rocks, and they're all fake. So like, if you're searching to buy real $20 bills on Amazon, you can't, because the concept of a $20 bill is like a fake thing now, that's not backed by the standard. Like, in other words, you could sue them, like legitimately sue them for something. If they gave you real 20s, they would be still like legitimately illegitimate. Like, I finally figured out why you can't buy $20 bills on Amazon. It's like, it's fake. The whole system is like fake. Not legitimate. It's not legitimate. The whole system is illegitimate. The monetary system is at this moment functionally illegitimate, and that's why that's the answer. It's literally the answer I was looking for as to why the fuck I can't buy 20s on Amazon. It's because the entire monetary system, from start to finish, bottom up, is illegitimate. That's the answer, and you could sue them for it. The outcome. Anyway, that doesn't mean that I have a bunch of 20s now. Now I've got to go get illegitimate 20s out of the ATM. Because the whole system is illegitimate. They better sell 20s on Amazon. A lot of times when I suggest things on Amazon, they'll hit. I need you guys to sell me some 20s on Amazon, because I've fucking had it. I'd buy some right now and live stream if they were selling them. Because I'm fucked up on it. It's gotta be that moon rocks aren't real and legitimate $20 bills aren't real either. It's gotta be, that's gotta be the answer of why you can't nab one on Amazon. Because you can buy solid yellow gold on Amazon. I'm going to put it on my fingers right now. Why the fuck can't you buy a banknote that's not even backed by gold? It must equal, this is QAnon drops today, it must equal that the banknotes are all illegitimate. On Amazon. You would, in other words, Amazon would kick them out of their store. If the government was selling $20 bills on Amazon, Amazon would have to, in order to be a legitimate vendor, they would have to kick them out of the fucking store for being scammers. That's what it means. That's the answer. I was trying to figure out why. I was like, why the fuck is it such a problem that you can't get 20s on Amazon? I bought this yellow solid gold on Amazon with a credit card. I'm trying to get 20s out of the thing. Nothing. You know why? These $20 bills are fucking illegitimate. That's why. It's the perfect answer to my question. The whole monetary system is illegitimate. It would be, in other words, they would ban it in the Amazon store and kick it out of the Amazon store if they legitimately sold legitimate 20s on Amazon. You're fake. But that's the big, grand answer, because I'm like, somebody's got to be able to do this for me. And they're like, nope. No one can do it, because the whole thing is illegitimate. And you go, no way. Yes way. It's backed by like a machine gun. All those little paper bills are backed by machine guns, and that's all they're backed by. You can't sell them in a legitimate store. It's like scammer symbols from scammers. Money is illegitimate. You know, like, it's a great reason to storm the buildings. You know what I mean? And fix it. To fix it. In order to fix it. It is. In everyone who plays video games knows that we should probably storm the castle by now. If the money's like this, we're probably going to go in there and storm the castle by now.
Welcome. Mikey, we're interested then. Who do you have in mind?
People don't really deal with what I deal with.
How many days will you allow for this? Anyone you say. Very
It
well.
doesn't mean it's
Let's
not,
hope you turn a profit.
It's not a problem.
Anything else I can help you? Thanks.
Most people don't even have enough money. I'm glad we're not there. Yeah, some of these guys on this TV show don't have enough money right now. They're out gambling or something.
Welcome. Make yourself
What's
that's the
nice
spirit.
is we all
Here's some
have enough
news
money.
from. Right
What's
then.
not nice
The task
is
was a
I
success
can't
so
get
great,
20s on Amazon.
'Twas
I can buy
furthermore,
everything
he
else.
obtained this rather fetching
I'm
item.
fucked up on it.
Fortune
Because
surely
it feels
smart.
like
Fine.
20s are
I'd consider that.
legitimate.
Need anything else? Thank you and farewell.
It feels like $20 bills actually cost how much they cost, because you can buy a sack of fake ones for $1 on Amazon. Maybe it feels like that's what they are. That's what they are worth. That's what they do cost. You know. I want to answer why you can't buy a $20 bill on Amazon, because it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. There's a mystery. It's the same question as why you can't buy a moon rock, a legitimate moon rock from the moon landings on eBay. There's a legitimate answer to that legitimate question. There have never been real moon rocks on eBay, and there are no such things as a legitimate $20 bill for sale in a store somewhere. They're illegitimate banknotes backed by government machine guns. You know? They're backed by the people who will come after you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a real thing that you can buy in a store. If a person could come after you with a machine gun and you could sell it on Amazon, maybe you could buy one, right? I can't think of one reason why you can't get a 20. Hold on. Why can't you buy 20s on Amazon? can't you buy $20 bills on Amazon? Yeah, the sale of banknotes. Selling goods, not dispensing or exchanging currency. That you're just saying that though. Like, there's not a philosophical reason. Like, in other words, I still win because they're not hitting us with the philosophy and the reasons. You know, they're just going, it's not really our policy. Well, why? Why isn't it not your policy? Is it because banknotes are illegitimate? You know? Probably, yes. Why don't you sell moon rocks? In other words, what I'm trying to, if you think I'm an asshole, in other words, the reason that they don't, that exact reason they gave there is the same answer they give to why you can't buy moon rocks from the landings on Amazon. Because it's just not our policy to do that. You know? They're not legitimate, in other words. Not legitimate. In other words, if I wanted to sell a little sticker that said you're great and it's worth $20, you couldn't sell that either because it's a scam, you know? What a mess. I'm gonna have to go to the ATM a few times. They never let me get enough out in one. You guys suck. I really feel the burn everything down answer. There's an answer to this that has to do with burning government buildings down to the ground. And I'm on it, you know? We're figuring that. We're looking into it. There's a way, I'm not joking, totally legitimate way that you can burn government buildings down until it's fixed. Whether they re-government or not. You can burn government building after government building down until a problem like that is actually fixed. It's true. It's totally an option. They don't put it in Disney movies, but you can. It starts with someone like me saying it out loud like this. When they were gonna just go about their regular stuff, this came up, you know? Like if I could pick up some $20s on Amazon right now, I would just order some and then go about my business. But now we're gonna have to burn buildings, you know? Because I found out today that.
Good day to you. You're
why
interested
you
then.
can't
Who's
sell
going?
it. I want you to do the did you know why you can't buy 20s on Amazon?
How many days
Today.
will you allow
I
for
want
this
the
one?
smart
Anyone you... Very well.
nerd
Anything else
kids
I can
to do
thanks?
that. I want your 30-second TikTok today to be, did you know why you can't buy 20s on Amazon? Not just because they don't do it. They're closed on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Not that. I mean, why can you seriously not buy 20s on Amazon? And follow-up question, why can't you buy moon rocks?
Welcome. Mike, you're interested then? An errand's over and... Right then.
Glad tidings. The task was complete.
You prove? We have yet more to report. Namely, this fine artifact that came into our possession.
It's so lame. I'm on to them though. All I need is a few clues as to how we're gonna burn that stuff down.
Fine treasure, you. Congratulations. Your standing as a treasure hunter has improved. I'd consider that a job well done. Anything else I can help? Come back soon now.
The political slogan will be like, fix the video game. Fix the government video game. You know? Because we've seen so many examples of freedom in video games, and then you compare them to what we're going through today with buying 20s on Amazon, and we should burn the building down. You know? At this point. Burning buildings down is a legitimate fix in real life that you actually don't understand how legitimate it is until you try it. Like, don't knock it until you try it. I'm telling you that burning government buildings down to the ground at the same time, not necessarily one after the other, but pretty much all together at the same time, is a legitimate fix to a lot of things. It needs to be said. The reason I'm saying it out loud is because it does need to be said out loud and heard by others. Yeah. It is true. There are firefighters. That's why the firefighters in Fahrenheit 451 are such fascists, because that's why firefighting is free, by the way. That's why we have free, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a way that, like, they would have figured out to make firefighting not free so long ago, if it didn't stop anarchy so well. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a way where legitimate anarchy will start burning your buildings down. Like, unrest. If you play SimCity 3000, I do have it there. Unrest breaks out, and the firefighters are like... Firefighters don't just fight fire, they also fight dissent from protesters. You know what I mean? Like if someone, in other words, if someone really bad is doing something very evil at the top of government, the job of firefighters is to legitimize that evil, that pure evildoer, by fighting the fires that he causes in the uprising. That's why Fahrenheit 451 is so heavy on the firefighting, like, culture of it all. Because they literally are, like, firefighters are there, not just they would have cut firefighters from the budget so long ago, but, like, everywhere you turn there's a fire hydrant. It's to extinguish your ideas that we should burn their buildings down when you can't get 20s on Amazon. That's why there's a fire hydrant everywhere. It's not for your safety. There's so many things in our world that are there for your safety that have absolutely nothing to do with your own personal safety. And in fact, you personally would probably become a lot safer if you went out of your house and started burning government buildings to the ground and cracked those pipes in the dirt so the water can't get there, you know? You would probably be much safer that way. You know this to be true. Every video gamer ever who's fought the boss of the bad guys at the end of the video game and won, you know all of this to be true. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. We'll see it happen. We will see. It's the end of the Butter Battle Book. The last page of the Butter Battle Book after they almost used the nuclear bombs on each other. The last page says, "We will see." He doesn't say maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. He means eventually, after enough time goes by, we will see what happens when two sides drop nukes.
What is it?
That's what I mean here. I'm like, we will see. No, we will see it. Like, it's not just we'll see. We are gonna see this happen. You know? We will see it.
May I help?
He's like, no, it's not just we'll see, maybe it's gonna happen. He means we will see when they explode everyone. It's the last page of a Dr. Seuss book.
All right.
And a movie.
By all means.
I own the book and the movie. How about that? We could watch it right now and read it. My dad is listening to the floor. I can hear the creaks in the floor. And they're spying. Remember I said he's a stalker? He's stalking me right now. I'm saying this.
By all means.
I can tell by just the way the wood creaks and moves.
What is it?
Because I can tell, I can hear the when I say it out loud, and then I hear the reaction in the creak in the wood.
May I help?
Anyway, they're trying to frame me. This is QAnon. I mean, this is going to be... I can't explain to you guys how unconcerned I am that you're going to frame me again. This is going to... We're going to go front page news instead before that ever happens.
All right.
Stop.
A good choice. What is it?
You know when the crows fly through in Lord of the Rings? You tell Sauron what happens. The crows just floating up. Little Frodo. Right? And then Gandalf goes, he's always watching. It's the dark eye of Sauron. His minions are
What is
always
it?
watching.
Yes?
It's really sad when parents can't talk to their children. Like, I'm not sad about it. It's normal for me, but from what I understand, people think that's really pathetic and sad. And I'm like, hey, it's not my fault. You know?
All right. What is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money to go pull this money out if I want to do it quick.
Yes?
I have a feeling that I can find something somewhere that's gonna be like, if you want to pay enough money, we'll pull this out for you. And I'm like, let's do this. I have the strangest feeling that if I pay enough money somewhere, they'll be able to pull some out for me.
May I help? Yes?
Right? I'm gonna order a personal shopper to go hit the ATM for me. Something strange. You know what I mean? Press everyone on whether you can buy 20s at Amazon. It's the, I can tell it's the grenade we need that to go off right now in politics. Why exactly why can't you get 20s on Amazon? Like, report the story that you can get 20s on Amazon, and then someone will report a story from the royal family and be like, I don't think you can really legitimately get 20s. And then it'll be like a debate on TikTok between teenagers, like why you can't get 20s on Amazon. And then we're gonna find out moon rocks aren't real either. We're gonna find at the end of that none of the moon rocks for sale are legitimate either. Yeah, why can't you get 20s on Amazon? Because I would totally buy some right now. It would really help out. And it would really help out. I think it's because they're not legitimate. Even when they're legitimate. It's a great point. It's a great reason to burn everything down. Right? You wouldn't think it would be like, oh, go straight to burn. But you can just start burning buildings down after that, right? Because the buildings aren't worth anything. Nothing means anything, in other words. They would legitimately, in other words, due to the illegitimacy of the money and the system and the government, they would legitimately deserve to be burned down to the ground. Every building. And on paper, constitutionally, it would check out. It'd be an old code, but it checks out legally. That would legally be due. There would be a due process. If you didn't know, when they say due process in law, that includes burning every government building to the ground as part of the due process. And that was January 6th. Is that we were awarded a due process to bash their doors in. And you can legitimately, legally be awarded that. Because of their illegitimacy. You just have to prove the illegitimacy of the government in the seat. And at this point, they're just proving it for us. Why can't you get 20s at Amazon? Not physically why. Why can't you get gold rings? I can get gold rings on Amazon, but I can't get 20s. The gold ring is worth way more. It's way more valuable than the 20s, I promise you. Again, why can't you get 20s on Amazon? I know why. I figure it's a rhetorical question when you know why you can't get moon rocks on eBay either. Because the money is the system is illegitimate. It's, in other words, it would be banned on Amazon if it was under scrutiny, under legal scrutiny. It's a great question by QAnon himself today. Why can't you buy $20 bills on Amazon? Legit. When you can buy way more money in gold. It's because the $20 bill is illegitimate. Like, it just every single one of them. That's the answer. That's like the logistical, scientific answer. There's an answer to this. There are answers. There's scientific answers to why things are the way they are. And I think it helped. What helped me My mom actually helped us get here today because she sort of got us on the right track about why you can't buy 20s on Amazon today. It's a great reason to burn everything down. It's like a question that you would ask before you decided to burn buildings down. Why can't you buy 20s on Amazon? Because if they were legitimate 20s, you could just fucking nab them, right? But if the whole system is fucked up and deserves to be demolished, why couldn't you just nab them? Or fix them up? I felt a little weird about it. I was like, they're gonna deliver you money? Yeah. Like the way you brought me this gold. Why can't you bring me 20s? It's a great question. Brand new ones. Give me the brand new ones so you know they're real. You know? I'll pay extra for brand new 20s if you're weird about them being legit. That's their foot in the door. Sell brand new uncirculated 20s on Amazon. If you can't get it done logistically, sell crisps. Amazon crisps. You know what I mean? Get your potato chips and get brand new 20s uncirculated. Why couldn't you get uncirculated money? Because you're just going to circulate it, right? I don't care how much money it costs, I will pay for these 20s. You know? There's a demand here. In other words, I am the demand right now for this. And I almost doesn't matter. Trust me, people who are trying to buy $20 bills, it doesn't matter how much they cost. It does not matter how much. We're in the middle of a monetary crisis. I'm gonna go on Facebook. I'm almost gonna do this. I'm almost gonna go on Facebook and be like, I'm legitimately buying $20 bills from people right now. Like, bring them to my house and I will send you money as you give them to me. You know? You know, and you get to keep one. You're gonna make money by doing this. That's why you're coming all the way to my house and bringing me 20s. I might put a Facebook post up and see if someone can help me do this. That's how miffed I am that my mom went and stole this money from behind my back. I'm just gonna hire a friend to do this for me. I want people dead. You know what I mean? I want people dead. I'm telling you, man, I'm a player killer murderer from video games. When we're out here doing bullshit, I'm the murderer. I'm the red. We call them the Reds where I come from originally. I'm the red who goes, we're gonna run into the town and kill everyone. it takes is I can't get 20s on Amazon. I am telling you that's how easy and simple and petty this is. Fucking hate my mom forever. Always hated her. And my dad hates me. It doesn't even matter if I hate my dad. He just already hates me. Because he didn't have a father. You know what I mean? He says I'm wrong when I say he didn't have a father. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm pretty sure he didn't really have a real father. You know what I mean? Like it was like in theory that he might have had a father. My mom is like, he didn't really have a real dad, and when you press him on it, he's like, he's my real dad. You know? It's like, I don't even know what to believe anymore. Nobody tells me anything. The point being that no one in my family really ever tells me the truth about anything. And that's where I arrive at things from and sort of depart on my own. And that's what I mean by like they stole $1,000 from me behind my back and didn't tell me in a really deliberate way that hurt my feelings way more than any other thing that they did was the way that they didn't tell me like it was the right thing to do. Like they're the teenagers but they're nearing 80 years old and such, and I'm the parent in this scenario. That's how much they're aging and losing their brains. You know? And I am the point, the other day I was like, I am at the point in the roller coaster ride of aging where I'm like, we need to get off this. I don't like where this, I want to get off the ride, we need to stop this immediately. But no, my mother and father are rapidly aging and getting worse. And we're stooping to new lows now in their brains, you know. And yeah, it's just the whole aging process of human beings is not cool. You know what I mean? Like 0 out of 5 stars in the online review of what happens to the family during rapid aging. Like you'd think everyone ages at the same pace, but there's this crazy thing that happens when you get really old that you're just gonna start aging really rapidly and scaring everyone. You're scaring everyone with your actions, and you don't even know it. The craziest, the most profound part of my mom and dad's aging is they don't really get it. What is happening to them. They might have never known that they were assholes. I'm pretty sure they were always assholes and never really knew that they were assholes. Like no one ever really told them and they never really figured it out. That's fine. But the rapid aging part is like really, you would think they would be a diminished asshole, as their brain melts out, but it's not. It intensifies. As their brain melts out of their skull from aging, whatever flaw they have gets like intensified in a scary way. And I just can't get over it. At this point, you're at the carnival and you're going, I don't even want to ride on this ride called Rapid Aging Parents anymore. Like, we gotta go back in time or something as a family, you know? I can tell because they can't even call me by my name anymore sometimes when they're yelling at me. They'll call me different names. And it's just like, oh god, stop. It's not that they're forgetting my name, it's they're calling me different names. And that's like the very first step of forgetting who I am permanently, you know what I mean? Like, that's what happened when we were discussing how they stole my money. I got called out someone else during the argument. It's the only thing they needed to say was call me by not my name, you know, during the argument.
Huh.
Like, they didn't forget who I am at all. It's just we used the wrong word for my name by accident, and it's not an accident at all. It's just that's the very first time they forgot my name as my aging parents. You know what I mean? Like, in a really noticeable, important way. Yeah, nobody needs the money. They're so old and they don't have any friends anymore that like they're just like ready to start trouble. It's basically a sort of a. It's really about the troublemaking that they're getting into. I think more than anything, that's exciting. It's like exciting to steal money from someone. Like it's like I imagine it's like fun. And they're sort of having fun with it now. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say or do. I can't even really believe it, and I'm not processing it right. Because I can't believe it's happened. So, like, now I've got to go steal it back no matter what.
What is it?
That's an absolute, yeah. I guarantee you
Not bad.
that I'll have a stream one day about how we stole it all back. It's gonna take time. I just can't understand. I still can't believe it. Sometimes I forget what's happening because I have amnesia. And I go, wait, what happened? Oh no, they stole all the money, you know?
What is it?
There's nothing anyone can do about it.
A fine choice.
It's just, I have to steal it all back slowly but surely again. And we all have to wait to watch me slowly steal it back. And like, I can't get over it, you know? I'm so over it,
As
and
you
at the
wish.
same time, I'm like,
Yes?
I don't know, man. It's so bunk. It's so bunk. Yeah, I still can't. I'm upset because we can't get 20s on Amazon. I wouldn't even tell you anything. I would just order more 20s on Amazon if we could buy them. It's fucking pissing me off that we can't now. This isn't even I'm mad at mom anymore. I'm fucking mad because I can't go get money. And I have money to go get. Gold is worth so much more though. Like the gold rings are definitely the best. She's jealous of those too. My mom and dad took all that money because they're jealous of me that I can save that much money. It's really, they don't need it. I don't need it. That's why they took it, is because I don't need it. But they don't need it either. And really what it was is that they share 99% of their DNA with chimpanzees, and as Carl Sagan says in Cosmos, there are no important differences between human beings and chimpanzees, and that's why. They might as well took a bunch of bananas from me too. That's the joke. Like if I really like bananas, I would be just as mad if they took a big bunch of my bananas too. Like, I'm so disappointed and ashamed. That's why I'm trying to. But like, I need these 20s from Amazon yesterday. I want 20s on Amazon fucking yesterday. And it'll fix my parents being insane. Then it won't even matter if my parents have insanity in their brains when they get older. They weren't always this bad. They sort of were always assholes. The weird part about people who are really always assholes and always were assholes and probably don't know it is that they really don't know you really don't know you're a fucking asshole in real life to everybody. And you should take a hint that no one's your friend anymore, but here's the point. When they grow older, that's when it's like, we need solutions for real assholes who are getting older now. And if Amazon could throw me some 20s, and I'll pay you a premium on them, that would really fucking help out right now. Money is fake. The goddamn monetary system is a fucking scam. If that's the only reason I can think of why Amazon can't sell me 20s. So they're gonna come here with 20-inch rims. You want rims? I said I want 20s, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Someone's got to be able to deliver that shit. I just don't want to get up and show my ID because I don't want to comb my hair. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be someone who can throw me 20s. It's got to be a friend. It's gonna be a friend. It has to be one of my friends. I have to actually have a friend help me. Bring me a sack of money. You know what I mean? I'll pay for it. Alright? Everyone acts like I'm not gonna pay for it. I'll pay for it. And for your service. You know, like, fuck this. I hate this. And then my friend could just keep my 20s. What's fucked up is, it hasn't not happened. I'll say that. Then my friend could just keep my 20s in some cases. So Amazon, get on this. I don't want my friend to keep my 20s. If I ask a friend on, if I phone a friend on Facebook, I don't want them to just keep my 20s. Because I'm not gonna cash back. I'm not that kind of guy. Really super high classy guys like me, we don't cash back on the apps. Never. Be like trying to tip a mafia guy or something. Like, it's just, motherfucker, I'll never cash back on that shit. If you're gonna fuck around with the cash, it's gone and it's on your head. With me, you know?
All right.
They're really bad people.
Yes?
Trying to frame me. But the people trying to frame me are the worst people ever. If you think I'm mad at someone, it's really and truly the people trying to frame me. Still trying to frame me. If I saw him in the street or like at the office, we went to the police station and saw him across the officer's desk, just by chance. The people trying to frame me, I'd be like, still, you guys, right? You guys are still at this? What took you so long and you never got it done in the first place? You know? What took you so long and you guys are framing an innocent man, by the way? What a fucked up mess. It's not bad. It's, again, it's, nothing is actually different. I'm acting like everything's different, and it's really because I have to leave the house now. When I have to get my coat on and get in my car and go somewhere in real life, I act like this. We're fucking swearing and cursing everyone for 3 days or more. Like, I'm so mad that I might have to go out and get in my car. You know what I mean? And go get cash. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to ask friends for help to go do it for me. Amazon, could you sell 20s? It'd really fucking help out right now. I'm fucking sick. I'm over it that you can't do that. Everyone's over it. Call them out. Amazon should call up the fucking government and go, hey, are legitimate real $20 bills a fucking scam? Why can't we sell them on Amazon? Click. Asking for a friend who's really fucking mad right now. Stop hitting your controller. Stop hitting it. I want to smash this controller during a joke. Like Jimi Hendrix and his guitar. Hello, it's Amazon. Yeah, government? Hey, it's Amazon. Why can't we sell 20s on Amazon? Is that shit... Is this monetary system fucking fake? The whole thing is fake? Why can't we sell them on Amazon? Asking for a friend who's really pissed. His mom stole his money from behind his back. Because she didn't think he needed it. He wasn't doing anything with it at the time, and she thought that he didn't need it. I'm so fucking over real life. Real life is so lame that we should legitimately burn all the buildings down in government. And I totally mean it. And it would really help out the whole project of just the human project. I feel it, I see it in video games. I wouldn't even say that if as a video game player I didn't clearly see it. That's what QAnon is. It's applying what I see in video games as a video game genius to real life systems of governing people and going, We're at the point where we're going to burn everything down on these people because they would deserve it too. It would be the right thing to do. George Washington would clap his hands, clap the dust off of his hands and go, you did it. You did the work of my document. Or Ben Franklin. Yeah, actually, it was all Ben Franklin's idea. If you want the truth about moon rocks and from QAnon's mouth, it was all Ben Franklin's idea, and George Washington was probably a real asshole. But like, he was enough of it. He was enough of an asshole that he was in on it, you know. Let me explain who he was. If TMZ actually was run by Trump, and it was like the Trump media zone, and the Joe Rogan podcast was actually the TMZ podcast, right? Like, Joe Rogan actually works for TMZ, which is why they never nail him. That's who Ben Franklin and George Washington was. Like, George Washington, and you're gonna have to decide who's who in this metaphor, but like, George Washington is sort of the front man. He's a major asshole and might not know anything. And Ben Franklin is in the back with a 24 karat gold pen, writing everything that he says, like Cyrano de Bergerac. So like, when we talk about George Washington, and Ben Franklin's trying to save his neck from the noose, from hanging by the neck until dead at the noose. So, when we talk about what George Washington wants, we're sort of talking about Ben Franklin, but that's real deep QAnon stuff that you don't need to necessarily know. If you need further proof, the chopping of the cherry tree down with the lies, that's one thing. But the real thing you need to know is that George Washington's generals, he instructed at his death that his generals burn all of his writings and letters. And it might have been after the war, before his death. But I think it was actually before his death. But after the war, he told his generals all of the letters that I've ever fucking sent you about how gay we were, or whatever, or gay everything was. I want you to burn them all. You know what I mean? It's George Washington. They burned all his letters. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm joking about what was in them, but we don't know what was in them. He had them all burned because he might have been sort of a macaroni. You know what I mean? With a feather in his cap or something. We don't know. It was all Ben Franklin's idea. That's the only thing. If you gotta know personally, it was all Ben Franklin's idea, for sure. For sure. It's like not even really a mystery. Everything was his idea. No matter what they tell you. But the king could not know. You know what I mean? It was like something that the king could not know that it was all Ben Franklin's idea, so much so that even after they did it, to this day, we're still like, I mean, he's on the 100. Speaking of money, he's on the 100. Well, Mom just said she wishes I was dead. So, good for her, you know? Damn it. I've always said that Mom and Dad are psychopaths. And they never fix themselves. They're people with forget the psychopathology. They're people with mental illness who never fix themselves. And I've been telling them as they grow older, they have to fix something before it's too late. And I've been saying it, and we're like almost there to where they really gotta fix something within themselves. A lot of this is the people who stole QAnon writing's fault. The people who stole my writing throughout my life and never gave me any credit, it's their fault too, that my mom is hurting today. I came back downstairs so my mom would stop freaking out at me. Because she's freaking out right now. And she just needs to fix it. And then we'll move on from there in a sane manner that makes sense to people. And they can borrow my duct tape. They hate everything that I buy for them, and then a month later they're like, can I nab one? It's that thing I'm missing. This is the worst shit ever. Well, here we are. In the future. We're definitely in the future where things start to fall apart. The very first psychology course I ever took was Death and Dying. And it was so intense. It was the first semester of college. I didn't know I was going to go into psychology, but I took Death and Dying. And I originally went in as a marketing major to community college. My community college degree is over there. My psychology degree from University of Connecticut is over there. So, and when I graduated from that was when Fire Major Guru was popular. I was probably their biggest YouTuber at the time, but nobody knew it. And what else? Oh yeah, but my first semester of community college, I went in for marketing degree. And I didn't know my major until I signed up for UConn. I wanted to like pick my major. I wanted to declare my major before I applied. And I think I picked psychology. And basically, I knew that I wanted to major in psychology because I took a psychology course later. Right before I graduated from community college. But my first semester of community college, very first semester, I took Psychology of Death and Dying, 240 something, 230 something. It was a really advanced course that had like no prerequisites. And that was the realest course I ever took because it's about my own death upcoming, but it's sort of about everyone's death. And man, if there's two people on Earth who are not ready to die, it's my mom and dad. They're not even fucking close to prepared to. No one is prepared. Everyone's afraid to die. It's good for you. It's not that good for you. A healthy amount is good for you, but too much is not good for people. And I'm really I always knew that eventually I would die, but I always knew that eventually my fucking parents would lose it. And we're definitely in the future. Right now we're in the future where it's like they're ready to fucking well, Eric, they're ready to lose it on you, you know? tell you another psychology story. I was in this class in UConn called Abnormal Psychology, which I think I got a D in. I think I got a D or an F in it. So I did really bad in it. Because, and you know why? Because it was at 8 o'clock in the morning. As a famous World of Warcraft player who commuted in, my commute was an hour long because I had to walk through, because I parked far away. And so trying to get me out of the door at 7 o'clock in the morning was impossible. It was fucking impossible, and I was fucked up on my own brain in the morning. And I used to walk into her class so late, and no one ever said anything to me. And I really appreciated that. And they knew it was the right thing to do, because they knew where I was coming from. I was coming in from out. From here. I drove to UConn from here every time I went to a class. Anyway, here's the point. I've never been pulled over by the cops while I was driving. And I used to drive everywhere all the time, smoking weed. That's how good of a driver I am. Like Darth Vader and me are like really good at driving. You know? Right? Vader's a good pilot in Phantom Menace. Here's the point. I'm not such a bad pilot myself, right? Your father fought in the Clone Wars and was a great pilot. That's what Obi-Wan says, more or less. But, abnormal psychology. What was I going to say about abnormal psychology? I have a great abnormal psychology story. What was I going to say about it? Shit, I forgot. I was gonna say something about psychology. I don't remember. Oh, I remember the story now. I just remembered the story. It's one of the only things I remember from abnormal psychology is I remember sitting in abnormal psychology in college, and I'm gonna get a D in this class, like a D minus, or if I didn't get an F, I think it was a D minus, and it's gonna be a problem for me, but I still graduate eventually. Here's the thing. During this abnormal psychology class, she finally says this one thing. And she goes, the abnormal psychology professor was a woman, and she was attractive, and she looked like Ares from Final Fantasy VII one day with like this dress that had buttons on it, and it was like the color pink, and like Ares wears. And so she was kind of beautiful, and like if you're beautiful enough, during your whole class, I'll just sit there looking at your beautiful face. You know what I mean? And sort of fantasizing. So like, think she hated me, by the way. But she was so nice that she never said anything about me being late, but I think she just like generally eventually determined that she hated me. More or less. Even though I think she knew that I was staring at her, and that's why I don't think she ever said anything, because I was staring at her so much when I was there. Anyway, here's the point. Like, I would roll out of bed in the morning and go to her class and stare at her. Like, I couldn't even think straight. I was so tired. Here's the point. If you roll out of bed and stare at a woman, I don't care what, if she's pretty enough, you'll eventually just be staring at her, not listening to her all class. But here's the point. I think she hated me. I think she should have hated me and did. But reservedly. I think she hated me in a really nice way, that you hate someone, but you're still nice, really nice to them. I think she knew that I was staring at her during class. So I think she might have had to sort of be like, she sort of had to give me a D-. I was staring at her so much. Anyway, here's the point. One day in Abnormal Psychology, she says, and I'd heard this 1 or 2 or 3 times before, she goes, some people may even have mental illness in their own families. And I remember sitting there, little old me, and just like a room that gets smaller and closes in and closer and smaller in on you. I just remember sitting there like, huh, some people have mental illness in their families. Do you mean me? You know what I mean? Like, it was sort of one of those moments that I had. There's these moments in psychology where you go, are you guys talking about me right now? And it's like, then you start going through the stories. I thought those stories Mom told were just like funny stories that we tell to laugh, to make people laugh. And then you remember them and you go, oh yeah, no. Yeah. In other words, I thought I had seasonal affective disorder, SAD. It's called SAD for a reason. When I first started learning about psychology, I always thought that I never had anything wrong with me in psychology until I heard of seasonal affective disorder, and that was the first thing that I ever learned about in psychology that I thought I had. And then I realized that if you have seasonal affective disorder, it's just you have depression. And what I realized is that I don't have depression or seasonal affective disorder. I'm like a genius. You know what I mean? But like a genius who doesn't fit in. But like, it was important to understand and realize that, like, people feel depression. Every person feels depression, is sort of what you do eventually learn. Like, if someone tells you as a psychologist that they never feel depression, you're not supposed to believe them. You know what I mean? Like, it's you can have someone tell you that, and if that's what they need to believe, I got a degree on the wall that'll tell you. They'll let you walk out of their office and think that you think that whatever they think, and they'll think whatever they think, and you'll think whatever you think, and you'll think whatever you think, and they'll think whatever they think. You know what I mean? Like, if you need to walk around during the day and go, I've never felt depression ever. A psychologist is supposed to never believe you when you say that because it's never happened in the history of human beings. And they'll let you just walk right out without it, still thinking that. They're not going to, in other words, they're not going to spill beans on you that no one's ever done that in the history of human beings. They'll be like, oh yeah, we hear that all the time, and you people, we just let you walk out of here thinking that too, you know? But like, it's interesting how you go through all of psychology and eventually you're going to hit on something where you go, is it me? And that was seasonal affective disorder. And then you realize that seasonal affective disorder is just a way of saying that you have depression. In other words, it's neither here nor there. It's more or less you just have depression. And what's interesting about that is everyone should be depressed about something sometime. Like during world wars, like living through world war scenarios and stuff. Like, I'm trying to explain to you how I thought I had it, and then I realized that I didn't know anything about human beings. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. My life is perfect, and I have everything that I've ever wanted, and that's what the show is about. The show used to be about how great I am on World of Warcraft, and it still is more or less. But really, the live show became how I have every single thing that I've ever wanted, even money. Until mom or dad just took it, stole it from me, and now I've got to steal it all back though. But I promise you, I guarantee you, there's gonna be a story of how I steal all of this back and put it back. So, however they want to do it, however we want to do it, however everyone wants to do this, I guarantee you it's gonna be back there, and I'm gonna steal every dollar of it back. But here's the point, and more. It has to be and more. I will never settle until we have more than we had. But here's the point. I am gonna look into if Amazon could sell 20s right now, it would really fucking help out. It would help out so much. It's like, it would just fucking help. And if I'm gonna have to leave the house and go to the bank. It's really, that's the problem. Like, most people complain they don't have money. I'm 90% complaining that I don't want to put on a hat and coat and go to the bank and take money out. Like, I'm so fucking pissed off at it, you know? As a fucking incel agoraphobe, as a guy who never leaves the house, when we have to go to the bank, I'm like fucking pissed off. You know, I'm really fucking mad now. I'm gonna wear my gold rings there. If we go to the bank, I'm wearing the gold rings. And I might put the top hat on. But, yeah, I'm gonna feel weird with the top hat on and probably leave. I'm so mad. When I have to leave the house, I'm fucking pissed. because everything is supposed to fall apart out there. That's why I'm in here the whole time. The idea is I'm in here the whole time and it all falls down. Then we rebuild later. But if I have to leave the house and go get money, that's not part of the plan of everything falling apart around me. Amazon could sell 20s tomorrow and I'll buy some. I'll buy as many as we need. That would really, I'd never need to leave the house again. You know? God damn it. They sell me gold, they sold me these solid gold rings. They can't throw me 20? Doesn't make any sense. The only answer I can come up with is that 20s are bullshit. This monetary system that we have is bullshit. And in a video game, it's time to burn. Right? Yeah. If we were playing a video game during that, it would be time to burn. Burn the society. It's time to burn everything down. If the money isn't real, it's time to burn everything down. It's the right thing to do. Everyone after it all burns, they'll be like, why didn't we do this earlier? You know what I mean? Yeah, let's burn everything down. The fire department is gonna have to get on board. Do you know what the hardest part about burning everything? I just realized what the hardest part about burning everything down. You have to get the fire department on board. I think that's how Rome burned. I think when Nero fiddled during Rome, I think they say he fiddled, we know that, but I think he gave one last order about the fire departments. Obviously, right? That's why it burned. I bet he gave an order to the fire department. It had something to do with the fire departments of Rome when it finally burned. That was Nero's final fiddle. So, in other words, you have to get the fire departments on board at all costs, no matter what. Whatever it is, fire department coin or something. It's gonna be madness. But get it done. That's the one limiting reagent ingredient to the whole thing. I just realized it's the fire departments. And the fire hydrants, obviously. You have to crack the pipes or something. Too. Los Angeles showed that it's possible. If you crack enough pipes, the whole thing will just burn. That's right. That's right. Infrastructure hits is you don't need to incorporate the fire department into it if you do an infrastructure hit, but I think the infrastructure hit might have something to do with the departments. Anyway, it's not something for me to figure out. Somebody who actually lives in a city and walks around the street all day like I do in video games, those are the people who figure out what pipes they're gonna crack. Not me. In other words, I don't even need to think about this. I'm the one who just needs to go, it's the fire departments for sure, whatever you're gonna do. It's like, if if you're targeting a building, it would be like a fire department that you really need to get unlocked. It wouldn't be like an agent or like a fucking detective or something. You know what I mean? Like they need nothing. It would really be the FDs in the areas, in strategic areas. If we can't buy 20s on Amazon, the fire department should burn the buildings down. Get it in their heads. It's, yeah, like the Fahrenheit 451, the fire department burns things down. They don't put out fires, they burn books in your house or something. It's so awesome that the fire department is the one thing that really oppresses the mind and the brains of human beings. It's a really good point. If this computer desk were on fire right now and I'd be upset, yeah. But I could sort of fight a fire. Believe it or not, we could probably fight the fire down here. But with the equipment that we have at the house. But that's neither here nor there. But the point is that if there's a forest fire around here, we could do the hose on this whole fucking building and probably ride it out. But the point is, the fire departments are really the places that really oppress human being minds, people. It's so innocent. There's a reason there's fire hydrants everywhere and fire departments everywhere. It's not to get the cat out of the tree. Getting the cat out of the tree is like the distraction that like they're just trying to trick you with. It's really putting out the city block that the protesters are torching. Because they deserve it. Not because they don't deserve for the protesters to burn them down, but because they deserve to get their buildings burned down. They don't have to be fair to people and rain fairness across the land when they have the fire department everywhere just stopping the Rome from burning. Oh, they're different colors. I have 2 different colored pigs. I'm happy now. I'm not cool on I can't buy 20s on Amazon anymore. I'm not cool on it. I can't, you know, I can waste a lot of my time and I can get out of the house, but I'm not cool on you can't get 20s online anymore. Make it fucking happen. I'm over it. If mom's just gonna fucking steal my money and I can't call the cops, I want to buy 20s on Amazon or I'm gonna fucking flip out on society and shit. Because if it were a lot of the anarchy that I support is it goes along the lines of, because if this were a video game, if real life were a video game and we were playing that game, we would fucking kill everybody involved in whatever that was. You know, like, it goes along those lines, and it would be the right thing, it would be the right move in the game. because we would fucking kill everyone involved. And we would call you monsters because we would go through your dungeon and kill every monster in your fucking government cabinet, you know? I can tell you one thing. If you believe one thing I say as QAnon, it's January. Every single day is January 6th now. And other than that, if you don't like that, I got one more thing to tell you. The next time they do January 6th, they're gonna fucking murder tons of people. No matter what I say, right now, if I'm QAnon, if you don't even believe it, let's just say I am. And like everyone, no matter what I say, do everything and do it or not, no matter what happens, if they do another January 6th, you're gonna wish the fucking QAnon shaman was there and the QAnon mage, the fire magery guru, dude. They're gonna fucking kill everyone the next time that happens. It's not gonna be knock on the door and niceties like it was. That was the fucking dress rehearsal without guns, you know? Everybody is in major jeopardy there, in other words. Except the people, they go through the painting. You know the clip of Pence walking down the stairwell? They go into that painting on the wall. The huge painting all the way across the wall. That fucking flips up and they go inside of that. That's what you don't see at the end of that video. They pretend like they won't. That video was like filmed after the fact of them running down the stairs because the real security cam, they open that fucking George Washington mural on the wall and go inside of that thing during an attack. You know what's weird? You know what the wildest part is that in a QAnon drop, I said that about that painting before January 6th happened. That's the wildest part. I'm so future looking as a futurist or whatever, a time series forecaster or whatnot. The statistics. I'm so far ahead in the future that like I'll say shit before it happens. And we definitely said something about that painting before that happened. Hiding behind a big painting of George Washington, though, it's a great defense in court. If you gun down all the protesters in the hall, in the stairwell, it's a great defense in court that their last resort was to hide behind a huge painting of George Washington, but the protesters still knew they were behind there because I said something. They took the fire extinguishers and beat someone to death with them. And that was a suggestion de moi. Like, that was literally what I said, that if protesters stormed the government building, you could take the fire extinguishers off the wall and beat someone pulp with it. That was my idea. And when they talk about when they lost someone on J6, that's from what I understand, that's what happened, but they won't tell everyone. But I was saying that could always work because you have to have fire extinguishers by law. Again, the fucking fire department. The fire department is one of the weirdest. If I could write a book, a non-fiction book, the title might be "The Fire Department is the Weirdest of the branches, you know. Yeah. You go through the building, take all the fire extinguishers off the wall, and then beat someone. You know what I mean? Like, you get through the... I don't know. But apparently they're all locked up now or something. I don't know. That was my idea, though. Originally. And the theory was that there's so much bureaucracy involved in things and so much fire code that it would be like by law that you could pull those out. It'd be like if by law there had to be billy clubs on every wall to fight fires with, you know what I mean? Like, eventually everyone goes in there and pulls all the billy clubs off and beats someone with it, you know? I don't know if there are detectors in the Capitol, sir. Well, there are now. There were then, afterward. I love this story. I think some of my friends might have gone to January 6th and I don't even know. That's the best part of the story. Because they don't even really know that I'm QAnon. You know what I mean? They probably think I'm lame because I didn't go. It was my idea. If you want to hear the story of how I predicted January 6th, it was a really long time ago when I wrote for NPR. I'll give you the short version of the story. It was, an NPR article about Hoovervilles. And I have a photographic memory, I can see the article. It was about, it was in the 2010s sometime. And it was an NPR article about Hoovervilles. And they had these black and white pictures of these tents. And because it was NPR, they took this picture, by the way. If you're looking for where I got this picture, it was a special article on NPR, and I'll bet you can't find it. But that's where I got this picture. It was on the front page a long time ago, before they came for me. So I mean, like 2017, 2016, I had that picture as my background. Yeah, that was my background when they came for me in 2018. But here's the point. They already arrested QAnon, and it was in 2018, and he was me. You know. But here's the point. I never changed my background. It's still my background in that computer. But when I wrote for NPR, the reason the first QAnon drop I ever wrote about January 6th was an NPR article about Hoovervilles. It was black and white, and it had a really weird picture, rare picture of a Hooverville that was in Washington, D.C. And that's what I mean by, like, NPR articles, you can get rare pictures, like close-ups of that. In the rotunda, that's what they call it, in the Capitol. But here's the point. That's the building that they took on January 6th. It's a flag. If you didn't notice, it's like a flag. It's like the new flag of the Inget House here. Like, you know how the White House is the White House? Well, you know what? I say the Inget House it's the replacement for the White House. And I'm the seneschal of it. QAnon is the first seneschal of the Inget House. It's like being the first president of the United States. In the White House, it's the Inget House. Anyway, here's the point. The Inget House has been robbed. The seneschal of the Inget House was robbed by his own mother. But don't let him. The first robbery of the Inget House was QAnon's mother came in and took his $1,000, like Eminem in a rap song, after he saved it up, you know. And the rest is history. Here's the point. The Inget House is a true story, by the way. It's actually a real true story online about duping items, but it's a different time. It was a different time. Made millions. Here's the point. We duped millions and made millions, probably. Maybe even more millions. But here's the point. It was back when you could dupe. You can't dupe items anymore online and make money because the AI will catch you, but it was back when you could dupe items. That's how the Inga House got started. It's a true story. But here's the point. What was I gonna say? We were talking about governments. Oh yeah. This old NPR article had a black and white picture of a Hooverville in Washington, D.C. And the very first QAnon drop that I ever wrote about it was this. The next time, there was a picture of a tent city in Washington, D.C. Like you see Hooverville's places in photographs, but this one NPR article had one in like the middle of Washington, D.C. And it was the cleanest tent camp that I've ever seen on Earth. And I would tell you this right now. Maybe it was staged, maybe not. It didn't have to be staged. It doesn't have to be staged or not. I looked at that, and you know what I said? I said, there's no fucking way that people are gonna nicely sleep in tents like that at the Capitol. They're gonna fucking bash your doors in and eat you alive if they're hungry enough. You know what I mean? It was just, that was it. That's how I masterminded J6. That was the first person on Earth to think in their head, they're gonna bash these doors in soon. You know? Because I said in the article I wrote on one of the original QAnon accounts, I said the people, kids, it was basically kids these days are not gonna live in a nice tent camp in DC. They're gonna fucking bash doors down. You know? They're not gonna orderly and organized, you know, orderly fashion have tent city in Washington, D.C. I was like, they're gonna go in there and fucking bash your doors in. If they all show up like that. No one's gonna live in a huge tent city like that. Now they're trying, around the nation, they're giving it the college try to live in tent cities. But not at the Capitol. And that's sort of what happened on January 6th. That's sort of why they went in. There was also a playbook, a political playbook that I wrote about how to steal an election with a pandemic. But hey, two things happened at once. You know? It's like making the sword of fire and ice in Magic the Gathering. Like, it could just be the fire sword, it could just be the ice sword. But the way that I wrote a playbook on how to steal an election with a pandemic, and the way that I wrote an NPR article about how they'll never have orderly, organized Hoovervilles in front of Washington ever again. It's like the sword of fire and ice. They were sort of two things. That's how January 6th happened. It was the Hoovervilles. They returned, and they were like, we didn't bring any tents, and we're gonna bash your doors in and come in there and get you. Because Q sent us, and that's me, by the way. It was my idea.
May I help? By all means.
But hey, NPR, they have the best photographs. Where
What
do they
is
get their pictures, huh?
What is it? Yes?
That they got that picture for me, more or less.
By all means.
Try and find a bigger close-up of the rotunda than that. I don't know where they got that. I don't know how they took that, but no one on Earth has a closer picture of it than them.
might I help?
Nobody really got their camera closer, I don't think, than that. They're up on a ladder or something. Yeah, it truly doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter. I should stop being mean to my mom right now because it actually doesn't even matter. You know? I gotta go find all that money. If Amazon could throw some 20s, I'll stop talking shit. But I really don't think they're gonna. I think 20s are like moon rocks. They're actually just, the legitimate ones are illegitimate. Like legitimately illegitimate. The legitimate ones. For sale on a marketplace like Amazon, like legitimately, the legitimate ones are illegitimate. Even though they're legitimate. IRL, they're still like, because the system itself deserves no respect, that like you can't get 20s on Amazon. I can't figure it out. If I had a great reason and a great explanation, I wouldn't be really fucking miffed right now. Explain it to me. I guess it would be counterfeits. They don't want you to give you. They don't want to take counterfeits and give counterfeits. It's consistent with what I said about how it's just a little. A banknote is just a little promise of people with machine guns. It's in other words, it's not. It's an IOU from people with machine guns to come in and machine gun some people who don't have the right banknotes, you know, or something like. I hope my mom thinks my money is all fake and she's afraid to cash it. She thinks it. I should try and convince my mom that the money is fake. Is that allowed? You know, like, it's one thing to try and fake money and give it to someone. What about if you try and convince money is fake that someone took from you when it's not fake? If I was a real asshole, if it really mattered, I would try and convince my mom that the money is fake. But I don't fuck around when it comes to paying people. I don't want to even joke that I have fake money. But like, it's totally what I should do. If it mattered, it doesn't matter enough. Just like if I gave someone 1,000 and they didn't give it back, I wouldn't cancel back on PayPal because I got an immaculate PayPal that pays bank. I don't. In other words, if you steal from me, I'm not even gonna report it. I'm gonna take it up with you on your face. You know. At worst, at best, you just get away with it, and there's still a word on your head. I want crisp 20s. That still doesn't mean they can't give me crisp 20s, uncirculated 20s. Amazon should sell uncirculated money. Go do it. Go do it. It has to be uncirculated. That would be so sick. Dude, I would pay so much money for uncirculated 20s right now for this show. That would be fucking awesome. the bank doesn't even want to talk to me. That's not true. They're trying to get me to come in so I can do something with them that I don't care about. But here's the point. They needed more money. I gave them more money. That it should be enough. If they need one more thing from me after that I gave them more money when they're done, I didn't have not enough money. They were just like, can you put more in? Because we're having a hard time out here. You know, it was like, fine. You better stop talking to me. You better not run away with it. Anyway. I was gonna say my money isn't good enough for the bank. If you wanna drop 20s out of your credit card, the bank, you don't go to the bank and go, here's my credit card, you drop 20s out of it. They're like, fuck you. That's what I mean by like my money isn't good enough for the bank. The bank don't want to hear from me. The bank needs me to come in, you know, and do some bullshit. But I'm like, no. First of all, I'm busy because I don't leave the house. I'm not coming to the bank for your stupid shit. But they're like, hey, we're a little low on money. Can you save more here? I got you. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, the bank will call up and be like, listen, we want you to keep more money here than you do. Is that okay? And I'm like, fine. Just don't fucking bother me. You know, as long as you're not gonna go away with it, because I won't talk to you. But like, as a guy who never leaves the house, I'm not coming to the bank just for you, you know. Until now. Now that Mom stole all my money, I might need to make a stop. And we'll go change whatever they want me to change. They want me to change some shit that I gotta come. I can't change it over the phone. They want me to come in, and that's when I'm out. I'm just checked out mentally. Like, I can't. I don't care. I'm out, you know? I'm not listening. In other words, I'm not even listening to you anymore now. You know? Whatever you're gonna say after that, I'm not even fucking
By all means.
listening to you. You better still have my money. I just gave you more.
Yes?
I never drive my car. I should drive my car. You run out. The battery runs out.
What
if
is
I
it?
drive my car so much. I probably should get in the car. And go. That doesn't mean the bank gets to bully me. You know what I mean? It's fucking lame.
Right. Let's try this. Very well.
They're in cahoots,
This will do.
trying to get me out of the house. You know what I mean? Come on, to you.
By all means.
Right.
Let's try it. Very well.
I'm a genius, so I just sit and just when I've thinking to do as a genius, I just menu around in a video game that I should be working on, and I'm just plotting how we're gonna steal all the money back eventually. As you do. Pay no mind. I'm trying to think of the best way to just steal all the money back. And we'll do it no matter what. You know what I mean? No matter how long it takes. So it's like I shouldn't even really think about it. We'll figure it out. We don't have to figure it out right away. We can even take our time. It's gonna take time. If Amazon starts selling $20 bills tomorrow, that would be so cool. It'd just be so fucking cool. I would never have to leave the house again. And at this point, I think the moon landing was fake. Every moon rock on eBay is fake, and every $20 bill on Earth is somehow fake. And that's why they can't sell legit 21. It's like trying to wish for love from the genie in Aladdin. Trying to buy a $20 bill on Amazon. It's like not real, so you can't even wish for it, because like what you're wishing for is like a fake thing. Like love, you know, or like buying a $20 bill on Amazon. What you're like, sir, what you are purchasing right now is not real. It's not real. You know? But yeah, if you didn't know, that's why you can't wish for love from the genie. Because no one's ever even seen it on Earth. You know? It's like wishing for an alien. If they don't exist, it's like, oh, I got bad news for you. Aliens don't even fucking exist. You can't wish for one.
Right. Very well.
Like, I'm sure aliens
You can
exist,
trust
but, like,
me.
if they didn't,
You can rely
then
on me.
genies don't exist. I'm sure aliens exist and genies don't exist, but if genies do exist and aliens don't exist, it'd be like trying to buy a $20 bill on Amazon is like trying to wish for an alien if they're not real, or like trying to wish for love if it's not real.
No turning back.
The genie just goes, I got news for you right now.
That's the last of it.
You're not even need to
The
waste
winds
a
bear
wish
it
on
onward
this.
now.
But I got breaking news for you. Love isn't even real. You know, like you're not even gonna need to waste a wish on this.
And fair winds they are. They should keep it airborne for a half day if they hold.
Same thing with trying to
Northern
buy a
enough
$20 bill on Amazon. It's like, stop. Let me stop you right there. The system is illegitimate. They're trying to undermine the monetary system.
Now there's a creature I had
feel
not
like
thought to
these
find in
might
these
deserve
wastes.
it, too.
One might say the same of a Knight Templar so far from the church. What is it you scatter to the wind?
Oh, that?
Whichever
I
usurpers
suppose there's no
took
harm in you
everything
knowing.
that
There's
we
naught you can
know.
do to stop it.
Stop what?
This.
That's why you can't buy dollars on Amazon, because they're also trying to degrade the system. Like they really are fake.
Poison!
Indeed. We cast this fine powder. The toxin will not
They're
kill
trying to
the men who
undermine
breathe
the
it,
system.
but it will
I'm
strike
telling
them
you,
ill,
if you ask
rendering them
ancient
unable to
peoples
fight.
if you should be able to get like a $20 bill on Amazon, they'd be like, of course you can. Where the fuck would you go?
But why? Sure.
Very clear. The moment Goltana hears of the Northern, with his own stronghold unguarded, but do not think Duke Larg will escape.
Your methods are in.
You should rejoice. And with that end, such is the will of the people.
The church is a covetous would-be. Rather than seek to elevate the people, the war will end.
Mayhap. But you shall have to bet.
It's so lame. It's mega lame, and I'm onto you. That shit is illegitimate too. It's lame because our monetary system is proven to be illegitimate, and that's why you can't buy it on Amazon. Because Amazon has to. You don't understand that Amazon has to have integrity and like legitimacy. They have to sell you, when you buy like a brownie on there, it can't be made of dirt. They're gonna kick whoever sold that thing to you out of Amazon, because that's like a marketplace with legitimacy. So when America sells you a legitimate $20 bill and Amazon is like, hey, what the fuck is this? That's why you can't get one. Because they're illegit. We have an illegitimate monetary system. It's just a little piece of paper backed by a machine gun. In other words, a dollar, a physical dollar, is a symbol of machine gun violence. Like, I'm not just being ultra violent about this. I am telling you that as a psychologist who's here to explain something, there's a real way that a dollar is simply just a symbol of a machine gun. Like specifically a person, an official person with a machine gun in their hand. But it's gotta be why you can't just get one on Amazon. That has to be why. It used to be worth a fucking gold. It used to be worth one of these. That must have been so fucking. They must have been making sense all over the place. They're just trying to make people feel better who got all of their money stolen. That, like, philosophically, it's not really what you think it is. So disappointed, and I'm just it had to be eventually come out that my family is really disappointing to me, and if you ask them, I'm the biggest disappointment. That still doesn't mean, even if I'm the biggest disappointment in the family, which clearly I'm not. You're picking on people if I am. Clearly I'm not. But if, let's just say I am. Let's say I'm not QAnon, and I'm instead the biggest disappointment in my whole family. That still doesn't mean that my whole family isn't a huge disappointment to me. Whether I'm the biggest one or not, it doesn't mean that they can't all be a huge disappointment to me, too. Irregardless, but irrespective of whether I'm the biggest disappointment ever or not. I'm the best World of Warcraft player. You know what I mean? They're trying to take that away from me too, I'll bet.
Huh.
It's in my head. There's not even a problem. It might as well, this is where I say, it might as well just be that I just develop amnesia right now because it's not even really a problem. I'm just gonna steal all of the money back eventually, and everything's just gonna, nothing's even, there's not even gonna be a blip in my day or any of the systems I'm involved in. So like, it's literally just a fucking stupid thing in your head. Well, that's money. I hope the value of the dollar drops to nothing today, because that's about how much I care about all of it getting stolen. Do you really want to know about mold in buildings? Do you really want to know the QAnon drop about it? Because I wasn't going to say anything, but it's so compelling and interesting if you believe. You know in Dungeons and Dragons when there's like a cave? Think of it this way. You know how there's like these lakes on Earth that are pink and like, you know, weird colors? Have you ever had an explanation of why the ocean is blue? It's because they're beings. They're organisms, and they're actually aliens. So like that pink lake out in the middle of nowhere, and there's no other pink lakes on Earth. That's an organism, and it's an alien being. And that's the same thing with mold indoors in your building. It's basically one alien that is kind of covering its mouth over your whole room in a building. That's what black mold is, and whatever mold problem people have indoors. It's basically a cave being's mouth that's existing in all of your walls and all of your floors and ceiling. And that's why it can kill you with a respiratory disease, because like you live in the mouth of a alien being, that like, cave mold. But like, it's a lot like Dungeons and Dragons when you fight the slime being, and it's like a level 10 slime being, and it's like one of the, it disintegrates your iron sword and stuff. Like, it is so much more similar to that than anything a scientist will tell you. It really is. But that's, you know, I never say it out loud. We always go over it in my head in the checklist. I never say it out loud, but because it's so lame when everyone brings it up, because they have no idea what they're talking about. It's just lame. But like, I just thought, all right, let's go over. If we're gonna roll camera, we might as well go over all the secrets of the universe.
Be strong. You have my thanks.
And if you want to cure athlete's foot,
I
never
shall
let your
not
feet
yield.
touch the ground. You know what I mean? It's the same concept. Yeah, if you buy shower shoes and never let your feet touch the carpet, like me, you'll never have athlete's foot again. So don't trust people who walk around in their bare feet, because they're probably not taking care of themselves as well as they should be. Yeah, it's rude. If you have a lady of the night and you ask her to go walk across the room in her bare feet, it's very rude. I just made that up right now. It should be a rule. Never let your feet touch the ground ever, and you will never have athletes that ever. It's the weirdest thing. But it's the same thing about like black mold indoors and stuff being a monster.
Only one thing for
It's
it.
like living inside of the mouth of a shark. That's what mold can be. It'll digest you. You know how it's the same way a Venus flytrap digests a fly. Because, you know, that's the same way black mold will it's like you're inside of a Venus flytrap's mouth and it's digesting you. That's what black mold problems are. So just don't get eaten. Don't get digested by an alien mold being. As long as you're not being digested somewhere, you're probably gonna be fine, you know. But people are sitting in the mouth of a Venus flytrap amount of mold in their house and like, what's going on? What's happening? It's like, well, your doctor doesn't believe in aliens, and one is literally eating you right now in your own home. Like, I just automatically know that because it's old news to me. I forget that people have never heard that in their life. You know, like, and if you ask a scientist,
Got me to
they're
contend with.
contractually obligated to never tell you that, even if they believe it. It's the same
This
reason
is
why
it.
if you put a band-aid over a cut,
How
it
about
goes
that?
away faster. Some blemishes on your skin, if you've ever heard you can put like a piece of duct tape over it, it's because it's like it's more like a barnacle on a whale. You know what I mean? Like, there are alien beings and stuff that live on us. And just like whales, like if you look at a whale, there's barnacles that hurt it on its stomach, you know? Because they're little beings that live on there. Same thing with us. We just walk around like we're the shit all the time and nothing ever lives on us. And it's just all day long. That's all you, whatever happens. It's not real. It's not true. There's another theory that your organs are different beings. That you're just like, you know how like different animals live on Earth? Apparently your organs are different alien, like if a germ, you know how a germ is really microscopic and tiny? If that could evolve into a being, it would be your spleen or your kidneys, you know? And like apparently that's why we talk about the germ theory of disease and the disease theory of medicine. There's a theory that germs aren't even germs, that they're like a part of your body, and like getting sick can be healthy for you, and stuff like that. Like having a fever shouldn't be like stopped. It can repair your body after the fever is done. It would be like if a machine was like, do not plug in and don't restart because we're rebooting we're updating your stuff. That's sort of, there's a theory out there that that's what being sick is. Like, it's not even that you're sick, you're just updating. And so when, you know, they're trying to sell you a medicine to bring your fever down, you're actually doing damage to yourself. Same thing with the flu shot. Spoiler alert, guess what else could do that?
I needed that.
1,000 times more.
Another step on my journey.
They have no, not complacency, what is it called? Culpability. They have no culpability. They have no responsibility. They have no, they have no non-plausible deniability. In other words, they have every legal protection of deniability.
What?
Fevers are good for you. Over at the flu jabs department. you know how you never want to update your computer, but now's the time. It's the same. It might be the same thing with
Come on.
computers. Like, and imagine if someone's trying to sell you an app which, you know, slows down the progress of your download, and you go, "What? I'm updating my computer right now."
I'm ready to fight.
No, but you'll feel better. You'll feel better because you get to browse the internet more while you're downloading.
I can do this.
It's like, ugh, I don't think so. You guys are bad people, aren't you? Nobody wants to download updates, and nobody wants to feel sick. But you probably should. We'll do both of them. Do the full install of Bolton Gun, so to say, you know? And then there's people that just hear me and just go, he just wants to make everyone sick. You go, you're such an arrogant asshole. And then I'd quote my favorite author by saying, plus there's the matter of arrogance. Right? While we may think we know everything about all that shit, sometimes people hurt each other without knowing it, you know. Plus there's the matter of arrogance. ... This is one of my favorite lines he ever wrote in his famous speech. It doesn't matter really what you say after you go, plus there's the matter of arrogance. Everyone who wasn't paying attention goes, who is he talking about? Now I'm listening.
Once you've put a stop to this, how do you propose to purge Ivalice of her fever?
must concentrate.
It's always a really big surprise when they come through with the right thing. It's always such a big fucking surprise. They always make it such a big, oh, look what we did. Gave you back the money.
You only know I've...
Surprise. I don't think they're good. They're bad like Gollum. I think Gollum takes your kind of when you look at it. I could show my mom my golden rings today.
My turn.
My guard down.
And I did it on purpose. And it did the point that she's just fucking jealous. She didn't actually take the money. She really is just a jealous person and is
No match for me.
So here it ends.
To the very end.
The problem is I had something. And then the solution was that she took it from me.
What's next?
There's a way that I hate my mom and I've always hated my mom, and it's because her dad was a really fucking mean alcoholic, and I have to fucking handle that. There's nothing that'll ever change her, and I'll never feel different, and I have to walk around.
I'll prove my
sort of
worth.
Tell myself that I love my mom. I don't really believe it.
Yes?
And I'm disappointing her in ways that, you know what I mean? I'm disappointing her in ways that she doesn't believe I'm QAnon. So like, I'm sure she feels, I would be really disappointed in me too if I didn't think I was QAnon. It's like who wrote the Bible? Someone wrote the fucking Bible, and someone wrote QAnon. And it was me. And there's a lot of people walking around like they did too. Oh, by the way, guy with the magic sword, we all need magic defense boost. Remember that stuff? Yeah, a lot of these end battles are one guy with this shit. I can't really believe that my mom and dad did that. I still can't really believe it. And that's why I'm talking about it, and that's why I can't get anything done in the game, because I still can't really believe it. I'm glad I wasn't never gonna give a speech about how I hate my mom and wish her dead, and I hate my dad and wish him dead. And
Let's go.
I was
Very well.
never gonna give that
You can
speech
trust
on
me.
Ready.
And
At the ready.
I'm glad we gave this speech because it's so real and true. And there's someone out
Oh,
there
that's the last of it. The winds bear it onward
needs
now.
to hear that because I want them to take action. I want to activate them. I want to activate their sleeper cell. Someone who's a really good murderer, like I am, needs to hear that because I'm their idol, you know? Instead of me pretend like I don't hate my mom and haven't hated my mom my whole life because she's a really big problem, instead of pretend like it's not happening, it's not real, you deserve the realness, and you sort of expect the realness from Find Me Three Rivers. So that was sort of why it was important to tell everyone that I fucking hate her. And like, the more you say that you hate your mom, the less you're gonna feel it, because you're saying it out loud to everyone. You know? It's good for you. It's good for her to hear it too. She said she hates me and wishes I am dead today. And I was like, thank you for... Imitation is the best form of flattery. You know what I mean? I took that as like a flattering compliment. Sometimes writers will give each other lines, and that's like when a writer takes your line for his book and goes, "Ah, it really saved my book's ass when we took your line," you know? That's how I heard it. She's basically admitting that I've won by saying that, you know what I mean? She was just trying it on for size too, because it sounded right at the time. She doesn't get video games.
And
She
fair
was
winds
a
they are.
little impressed
I
with
should keep it
the
airborne for a
environment
half day if they
and
hold. More than
she
enough
didn't think
time.
It was all dudes trying to get me in bed. She doesn't. She just, I don't know what it is about her, but she thinks like, I don't even know what she thinks. She doesn't understand men, that's for sure. If there's a man out there that my mom doesn't get, he's with another man secretly or something. You know what I mean? Like, she's so, I don't even know what she's thinking or talking about half the time. But I know that she thinks the worst of everyone. The point I'm trying to say is that she thinks the absolute worst about the normalest, regularest dudes and regular people. She always treats me like I'm the worst person in the world. And it's like, no, Mom, that's something that you would do. That's how you're acting like that because someone like you would do something terrible. Not me. Don't act like I'm about to do something terrible. You know? It's so ignorant. She just doesn't get it. Most people don't get it. The video game thing, you know? I like the burn strategy though. I like the strategy where no one ever gives me credit for anything and we have to burn all the buildings down. I'm for that. hear him.
Ah. Now there's a creature I had not thought to find in these wastes.
I don't hear anything. Are we plugged in enough? Yeah, and I knew that. I don't even know why I checked. It's always something. What a mess. What a mess. My problem was I let my guard down and turned my back to psychopaths for 2 seconds, and they took
One might say the same of a Knight
they
Templar
betrayed
so
me
far from the church.
immediately. So like, again, the moral of the story is never let your guard down and never turn your back to anyone for even a second. Never open up to anyone, and you know what I mean? Like, always be prepared to be betrayed by your own family at every second. It's sort of the takeaway. It's the big takeaway at the end of this. Huh. So if I mute the game and no, I still don't get anything. Oh, do I have any sound playing? Hold on, I think I might have turned off.
What
all
is
the
it you
sound.
scattered?
Oh, that?
Oh, where? Did I turn off all the sound in the game? No. It doesn't matter. I have to go find all the money again. I have to go steal all the money back. It's fine, you know? I just have to go steal all the money back. Like, I don't know why I'm so hurt by it all. I just want to steal all the money back. You know? It's because, I know why. It's because I have to leave the house and I hate that. Yeah, it's dive bomber, alright. We got your dive bomb. Doing a sound check here. Yeah, we can't hear anything. What the heck? What the hey? We couldn't hear anything the whole time. That's weird. Oh. I wonder if we're muted in Windows somehow. Yeah, the speakers are coming out of the microphone. throw my headphones in there. Let me just. I'm gonna try something. I'm so disappointed. I can't figure out what's wrong with how I feel right now, and it's because my mom stole my money, and I'm so disappointed. I don't know how to process it. Hey, I can hear. Oh, okay. Yeah, they wanted to show me that I can hear on this. I can hear the video game on this. I didn't need a special hookup. Cool. I just needed to do the select device playback. Okay, fine. So now we're on the mixer. Great. Hey, if I turn the mic monitor up, can I hear myself? Oh yeah, kinda. I guess that's more professional than having my headset in the TV. I guess it's more professional to go through the soundboard. And I didn't need a feed in there. I just needed to change my output in Windows. Well, well, well. Oh, can I hear it now? Oh, we can't hear it in here. That's no good. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. If I see what that means. Yeah, I messed with my audio mixer and I didn't mess with it. Wow. So the answer to the next little problem was me. It was finally me. I'm so disappointed. And embarrassed and ashamed. And you would think someone who just said he hates his mom and he wishes her dead, that I would be embarrassed and ashamed about that, but I'm not. She deserves that, and I'm embarrassed and ashamed about what she has done, including my mom and dad. And or my mom or dad. I'm dead.
You ain't leaving here alive.
This cannot be.
My turn.
I'm so...
No cause for concern. Right.
It's like an adult whose children have betrayed him. And he's just sitting there going, the fucking kids and their brains are not working. everything's fine though. I think she's gonna go do whatever, and then everything will mostly be fine. I just have to figure out how to go get cash again. Getting cash is one of the lamest experiences ever. It's the only... Trying to get weed out of the dispensary is worse than going to the bank. And trying to get cash out of the bank is worse than trying to get weed out of the dispensary, which is worse than going into the bank. In other words, we don't live in a free society. We live in a society that deserves to be burned to the ground by my calculations. If there was in other words, if this were Ultima Online and there was a guild in charge, and this is what happened when they were in charge, every guild on Earth would attack them and kill them until they were gone.
I feel stronger.
Because they would deserve it. All of the guilds don't attack you at the same time because there was a huge misunderstanding, unless there was.
Come on. I'll grow stronger.
I must
yet.
concentrate.
To stop him? What the fuck is that? Alright, we gotta kill those archers immediately. It's not the coolest scenario ever, but here we are. Alright, let's try this.
What have I done? You ain't leaving here alive.
My turn.
I'm still sitting here going, what did we need to do again? Oh yeah, they took all of my money. In other words, I still don't believe it. It still hasn't sunk in what has happened.
You won't even live.
I must be decisive.
I can do this. I'm sorry.
I hate this game, by the way. I'm at the point where it's like I fucking hate this game.
Back on your
You
feet.
have my thanks.
Only one thing for it.
I can't think of anything else other than how betrayed I feel that my mom stole all my things. And it's not good for me. I can sense this isn't going to be good.
Now what?
Come on.
I'm so disappointed.
Ready.
I don't really. I don't
It's too
really
soon to give
believe-
up.
Never felt better. What a mess.
I can't even go to the raids anymore until this is fixed.
By my hand!
I can't enjoy anything. I'm not gonna enjoy anything. I'm gonna sit here and think of nothing else until I do this because it's neglect. The thing is that my mom and dad neglected me when I was a kid, so when they do this, I'm gonna be sitting around thinking about it until I fix it. Or I'll forget to fix it. So it's just really unfortunate scenario here for everyone.
Will I pull through?
In other words, I can't lose, so we're gonna have to force a win on this. And it's gonna be nothing. I'm gonna think about nothing until we get all of the money back, and this is gonna be a big problem for me. So, I don't know, man. I just know that there's gonna be more and more mass shootings every day. I can sense it as a result of something. else to talk about. I can't. You guys know how I'm always doing stories and we're talking about things. I can't really talk about anything else other than this right now, and it's not good. I'm stupid because I let my mom be a psychopath when I should have expected a psychopath at every turn. And I fucking hate it. I hate having to live a life where you look for psychopaths like you're crossing the street every time you move. And I hate that I didn't look before both ways, and they betrayed me.
Once you've put a stop to this fighting, what then? How do you
I don't
propose
need
to
the
purge
money.
Ivalice of her corruption? To answer the cries of her
Money was
downtrodden
just
populace?
Show money. The money was to look cool. It was a prop for my stream, but it's real money. It's not prop money. I literally saved up money to look cool on the stream. And here's the problem. My mother and father don't have as much self-control as I do. And so they can't physically, mentally cannot save up a physical amount of money like that. They're just out of control. And so what happens is when they came across me, who does have enough self-control to save his money like that, they have such little self-control that they immediately stole the money when they had the first chance they could. So, but the reason my mom feels so comfortable taking it is that I don't need the money. I wasn't gonna spend it on anything. It was just to look cool. So, but just so everyone knows, that's the worst defense ever mounted in court, is that you took someone's money because it was just extra money and they weren't gonna use it and they sort of didn't need it, so you took it.
Her fever will not cease to rage till her festered limbs are cut and seared.
You would cut away the pure flesh with the foul. What good can come of such wanton butchery? No. This is sophistry spun by the very perpetrators of this war, and I will not be swayed by it.
Life. And it's no surprise that it's my parents.
There are ways to heal a festered wound without the knife. The poison can be drawn.
Pray tell, what poultice might draw the nobles from this land? So long as you blight it with your existence, we must bow to your whims. Such is the way of the world, the foundation upon which men build their kingdoms. Should even two men exist, they can never know equality. The one may rule, the other must obey. The one may profit, the other must toil. Ever will one seek to exploit the other, and I will not be exploited. I will claim your seat and take what is my due.
You think to cure the realm's corruption by becoming part of it? There is no difference between you and those you would depose. What when another comes to claim your seat?
Shell up.
You care
By the way,
not for
once I get
Ivalice's
all the
suffering.
money
You care
stolen
only
back,
for your own.
the long-term solution is to shell up even more as a person and never turn my back to even my closest family and friends.
Oh, such righteous words. A
That's
pity
the
they only
grand
add to your
takeaway,
hypocrisy.
The lesson I've learned from all this, from mom and dad. Never ever trust another human being, especially your closest family. I hate this song. I am so hurt. I am. It's like funny to me how this went down, you know. Stooping to new lows. That's us.
I must concentrate.
Again, I just eventually I'll accept it. I can't accept it. I have to go get money out now. I hate that, by the way. Again, if they don't start selling 20s on Amazon, I'm gonna support every anarchist idea I've ever heard of until they do. You know what I mean? Like, most of the time I'm like, wait, hold up, what do we got here? But I'm like, I'm finished with this. I'm unimpressed. I'm wholly and entirely unimpressed by this whole thing.
You ain't leaving her alive.
I don't really, again, I can't make sense of it. I can't go on with the show. That's why I can't raid. I can't really think of anything else other than what has happened, and I can't make sense of it either. I don't know what we're gonna do.
I'll handle this.
I get in these things where I'm stuck on what it all means, and this one is stuck. I can't believe what has happened. I'm so embarrassed. is so bored that they're just bothering me all the time. I'm not cool with it. And it's not cool. I'm really fucking hating people right now. Like, I'm hating on people, and I think they deserve it too. Like, I really don't like this whole people stuff. I've been the last two people who have stolen more than $1,000 from me this year were like my best friend and my mom. So like, I'm fucking over it.
Let's
I
go.
don't know what the fuck people do. Who the fuck is gonna do this to me next?
A bitter defeat.
Worthy foe. Nothing to fear?
I don't know. If everyone can just do that, who is next, right? Like, I don't get it. What it means is that,
Right.
people are just, we're checked out on it, you know?
Come on.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hate people after this. We're gonna be confirmed to just never give people another chance after this, on some level. I know it. I'm never ever gonna turn my back to them ever again. You know what I mean? Like I have OCD. We're gonna develop this form of OCD where I can't turn my back to my family after this. For my own safety. And well-being. I'm just so over it. Like, it's such old news that my thoughts are psychos. I'm so, like, this is boring. Yeah. I don't need the 20s. It's a great question. That's why my mom thought that she could just steal them from me, because I don't. She understands that I don't need them, and it kind of gets at no one really needs money. Not anyone. We're all being unreasonably selfish by not letting everyone just steal our money. In other words, no one truly, like, physiologically needs their own money. In other words, someone is always sort of right and justified in saying, hey, you know, I'm taking all that because it's not even real. The reason I can't, in other words, the reason I can't buy replacement 20s on Amazon is because money itself is somehow fake, like the moon landing. Like, everyone thinks it's legit, and it's actually like a fake system that even Amazon is like, get your fake ass out of here. And it's like, wow, okay, legitimate money is now fake. It seems right. It seems about right. Now that you've done this, Now that this has happened, that sounds about right. I don't think I like this game very much. I'm off it on this game too. I'm so hurt. So hurt. I don't really like people, and especially like adults out in real life. That's why we do a lot of computer work around here and stuff. Like, I'm coming to the conclusion that a lot of the people that I've ever met are fucking really seriously bad people, including my mom, etc. So, like, on some level, something's getting really bad out there, and I'm fucking over it. As a psychologist, we're not done assessing, but like as a person, I'm just fucking over it. Like, fuck that. Whatever I just said. We're gonna have to end the stream after this. I want to stop talking about this because I need it. I need to move on, even though my mom has always been a monster, a monster person. So I should just act like nothing's different. Like this is always happens. It's totally normal. Because it is. I'm like over this. I can't tell whether I hate Final Fantasy Tactics now or
I must concentrate.
my mom just stole my money and I still can't believe it. I feel nothing. I can't watch the cutscene. I can't enjoy anything, and I don't even need the money. It's just the very fact that I don't know. I can't make sense of any of it. The very fact that I can't make real sense of any of it, I'm so upset and hurt, and this was such a bad move on their move, too. Like, it's such a bad move. Like when you're playing someone in chessboard and they make such a bad move, you tell them, and they go, "Are you sure?" I'm so embarrassed.
From strength
and
to
ashamed.
strength.
I've never ever been more embarrassed and ashamed. And I said that I hate my mom. I wish I did. And I'm not even embarrassed and ashamed of me. I'm still embarrassed and ashamed of them and their behavior. They totally deserve me to say that. I'm not cool with it. I want to stop thinking about it and stop talking about
Come on.
it. And I can't believe it, so I'm still sitting here like, what the fuck? There's no way.
Thanks. I I fear nothing.
I don't. It's too late. It's on. If you give it back, I'm still gonna be as traumatized and act like you're gonna betray me every second of my life. My mom asks so I never go on vacation with them anymore. The answer is a question. Why doesn't anyone ever want to go on vacation with you guys anymore? Because everyone hates you and hates it. That's the answer. It's not just me. Because you won't turn the fucking air conditioning on the boat when they're in the Bahamas. Like there's so many psychopathic, torturous things that my mom and dad both agree on. When
The
people
next
are
move is key.
begging for them to help. Like the way that my mom and dad can agree on a bad idea is like nothing I've ever known or heard of. I'm really not impressed with human beings right now. Like, I'm just like if human beings are out there killing it. And just
You ain't
totally
leaving here
impressing me,
alive.
I'd be like, wow, this is fucking impressive. But a lot of this is like,
Right.
I can't believe that people are just
I must concentrate.
out there just letting all this happen. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Only one thing for it.
I really I can't think of anything else, and I'm not on it. I'm off it right now with human beings and people. That's why I can't go to raid. I'm off it on human beings right now. Because of my own mother. I can't bear to have one more human being treat me any lesser than my mother did, and I just don't even want to interact with human beings now until this is fixed.
And
Which might be months from now.
stop!
So we're
I shall
gonna
give my
carve
all.
into video games here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, and that's why my mom can't give the money back. Like, you know how? You remember in Bilbo can't drop the ring? Like, it's a normal day, and he's finally going on the thing, and he's like, he can't do it. Now, he does manage it, but like,
My
there's
turn.
this real moment where he just can't. He's got it in his head that it's the right thing, and he can't. That would be like my mom trying to give me the money back in a physical, handed to me way. I said, put it on my pillow. When they, I said, put it on my pillow if you have to.
For you! Better than ever.
Ready.
I've never been more ashamed and disappointed of a family member than, like, since Bilbo Baggins couldn't drop the ring in The Hobbit, or the Fellowship of the Ring, you know? I can't get over it. I can't. I'm still sitting here, and the half of my brain is still like, wait, what happened? It's like, run me through this one more time. Mom stole $1,000 in cash, and then got drunk the next day when she found out you didn't even notice, in like a celebration mode. Like it's like the only win she can get over you. I hate my own video game right now. My mom like fucking hated her own mom. When our grandmother died, I've never seen anybody take it so well. My mom, every time I bring up my grandmother, it better not be that she's like my mom. You know what I mean? The last time I brought up my grandmother to my mom, I said, "You're like her." She was so mad at me.
Bloody hell! This can't be.
And it's gotta be why she thinks she can just do that to me.
Not now. Not when we're so close.
Because her mom treated her like that, and in a calculate, that's what she puts into her calculator. You know?
We must find Count Orlando.
It'd be like pronouncing someone's name wrong for a long time, and then you finally realize everyone pronounces it the other way in a video game.
Me? Plotting against the Duke? Are you mad?
Please, my lord. Do not make this harder than it must be.
Game, and I hate
We
it.
have our orders.
As of right now.
Why, in the name
I'm
of all
off
that's
it.
good,
We
would I
slashed
wish to
everyone on the
unseat
train
my liege lord?
to the woman's only part. I'm done with it. But like, I am so done with human beings. It's not right.
You ask the very question that vexes me. I am gravely disappointed in you, Cid. I had thought you a friend.
Surely you cannot mean that, Your Grace. The gods as my witness,
Is
I
that
am
right?
no
Sid is
turncloak.
Orlando. I
I
forgot
am your
that.
most loyal man. My conscience is clean. What
He's the
lying
only other
blackguard
guy
would
who's not
besmirch
just a
my
regular
name?
knight in this building, so I'm assuming he's.
Even yet you
He's
deny
Cid.
it. Your betrayal is as cold steel through my heart.
That's right.
You have conspired with rogue elements within the church to see me overthrown. My information comes from the High Confessor himself. You can imagine his distress upon learning of the plot.
Your Grace, the High Confessor deceives you. It is he who schemes in the shadows.
Now there is an august claim. Have you any evidence of this?
My son Oren is close to obtaining proof. Yet even without it, the plot is as clear as day. It is by the Church's design that you are at war with Duke Larg, that they may seize control of the kingdom in the aftermath.
Ha! Never have I heard such nonsense.
I don't.
Pray tell, when did you shed your pride and don the fool's motley in its stead?
This to me.
20 and more years of loyal service. And still, I have not earned your trust.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck with it.
Words fail me, Your Grace.
As you fail me.
I'm not here now.
I cannot hope to fight a war without your order's forces. Still, it seems I am left no choice but to deny you your freedom. A lamentable situation for us both. Take him from my sight.
You summoned me, Your Grace?
I want you to maintain your contact with Malond. A gaggle of cretinous sycophants they may be, but I cannot do without the cooperation of the upper clergy.
I can't listen to all these bad guys while my mom deserves to die for what she's done a few days ago. You know what I
Once
mean?
the
Like, I
confessional
just
decree is
can't
in my
listen.
hands, Lag is as good as defeated.
Fear not, Your Grace. The High Confessor's mind is quite firm on that account.
Excellent. You have performed. There is another matter. I am placing the Order of the Sun. For now, this is a provisional appointment.
You grant me honor far beyond...
I expect I shall not regret it. I place my...
Your Grace.
It's important to explain to everyone how evil my parents are. And I know that's true for the Fire Mage Guru channel. Every instinct wants me to be like, pretend your mom's not a psycho and things are better than they are. And it's like, nah, she sort of deserves this now. I'm so over it. And it's still the only thing I can think of. What a betrayer. What a betrayer. I'm so ashamed. Yeah, if I needed the 20s at all, I would be mad. And I would be upset. And I'm just so fucking ashamed. I've never been so ashamed of my family. I'm over it. I'm so ashamed of my family that other human beings, I'm ashamed of you too. Because you remind me of it. You know, like, I'm shutting down, we're closing up. Until I figure out how to fix this, I don't really want to talk to people or interact with them. So, that's my journey. However long that journey goes on for, it's mine. You know? And then I'll tell the story. When I'm back, I'll tell the story of I'll tell the story of how we stole it all back. I'm so disappointed. I want to sit here and feel good about a game that I really like, and I am overwhelmed by just disappointment in my family. You know, it's not overwhelming. I've got nothing other to say or just think. I don't need the 20s. The hard part was she got drunk after they took them, and because I didn't notice yet. And the really hard part is I have to leave the house now and go steal more money when I don't want to leave the house.